which yes, you very could easily just gutter mount those as well. I would take one of the wash lights and I would take one of the up lights and just use that battery pack and kind of have it right here pointed at this top section. I think you'd probably have one in the middle here that kind of covers this, and then you have like another one kind of pointed in here. Hey guys, it's Cal from the Lighting Doctor here. I hope you guys enjoy this video with some more great landscape lighting tips. To learn more about landscape lighting, go and check out our website at lightingdoctor.ca, or if you want to see what a real quality landscape light should look like, go and check out our Try It Before You Buy It offer, where you can get a premium quality fixture at a discounted rate with your very own battery pack, so you can go and test out how that light's going to look and feel what a real premium quality light should look like. So go and check us out at lightingdoctor.ca, or go watch more videos on YouTube just by searching for the Lighting Doctor. Hey, Dwayne, yeah, thanks again for the additional pictures there. Yeah, if you can extend the beds, I think the wash lights would be really nice there, because it is a more of a subtle light too, and the hollies are wider. It's a perfect light for that, and it's not going to be overwhelming. It's still going to kind of make the house the feature, but it just kind of gives some subtle lighting in the front. As for the top level here, I mean, I'll show you an example. They're maybe not the best examples, but they'll just kind of give you an idea. I mean, sometimes we'll kind of put them on like the sides of the windows like that, but I don't think you necessarily need to. I think you can gutter mount them. So here's an example. These are obviously the dormers that you're going to do, but yes, you want to gutter mount those, and that's kind of what it looks like. But then another picture I'll show you, and this is actually another guy who kind of did the do-it-yourself kit. But really the key is to try and shine it more upright and in between those windows. I mean, there might be a little backsplash in the inside the bedrooms, but it's usually not that intense, especially if you're using that wash light. So what I probably would do is, when you get your kit that comes with the battery pack, before you do this kind of the second level of lighting, which yes, you very could easily just gutter mount those as well. I would take one of the wash lights and I would take one of the up lights and just use that battery pack and kind of have it right here pointed at this top section. I think you'd probably have one in the middle here that kind of covers this, and then you have like another one kind of pointed in here. But just play with that first, and maybe, you know, get somebody on a ladder to hold it there, and then go in the bedrooms and see if it's too much. If it is, sometimes you just want to angle it up a little bit more, tends to help that. But if you don't like it because it seems like too much light in the bedroom, then you can definitely disregard those. I feel like it's something that you may want to add, and I just know from experience it's typically something people want to add, but you can always do that later too. I mean, do all your connections, do all your lighting up here with the gutter mounts. And then you can always just either tap into that and run another wire out this way, or run another one from the ground and add those lights later to your transformer, and the system and everything would easily be able to handle that. So I've made the adjustments. Oh, the other thing, I didn't have the picture on the give me a sec here, let me try and get back to the original pictures, because I wanted to just mention the maple tree. I still think you only need 3, but what I would do is I'd either do one of 2 things with those 3 lights. I would either have one out here that's shining up, and then have the third one just kind of closer to the base up the column, or I would have one out here, and then the other one kind of behind the grass there. So I still think 3 would be enough. It just depends if you want to surround the tree, or if you want it to look really good from the street. I would have my 2 here, and then I would have my 1 kind of closer to the tree, just shining right up the middle. So hopefully that makes sense. I've updated the kit for you, but if I missed anything, let me know, and we can always add that later as well. And yeah, we'll go from there. Hey guys, just another cool example. If you can see this top peak here, where we used a couple gutter mounts and just focused them in on that top peak. Really turns out second story peaks, definitely something you want to focus on if you can get the lights up there. Definitely brings your landscape lighting plan to the next level. Hey guys, so we'll take a quick look at the cottage here. You know, nighttime pictures never quite do it justice. I think the only thing we're missing that I would add here is on the front porch. We're going to put a little downlight there to highlight it, but I think the light in the 2 sides of the windows was nice, create some symmetry. We're just missing a little bit of a dark spot in the middle there, and then as we kind of go around the side, we only use 6 lights on this guy, which is nice, but we just kind of highlight it again around the side here, just to give a little bit, and as it gets darker, you'll really be able to see the subtleties in the light. A little bit higher up is just tough to see right now, and then again by the entrance, we did the same thing over on this side, and I think everything turned out really nice. Very subtle lighting, but just enough to make it pop so that you can kind of see it from a distance. And then we'll show you the driveway here again as we get a little bit better light as it gets a little bit darker here. Beautiful, beautiful pond here. It almost looks like grass because it's all grown in with lilies and stuff, so it looks really, really cool. We wanted to definitely feature that, this nice patio area that they have, so we did get some path lights kind of in the back there along the house, which are starting to look real good. We've got one really, really nice feature tree here behind the pond, and that's directly where they're looking out from their kitchen table, so we wanted to make sure we highlight that. So we actually used 2 on that one again because it's a big wide tree. We wanted to get two angles and 2 lights to really catch as much of that canopy as possible, and that's our featured tree. So I would rather focus more lights on a featured tree like that than trying to put a whole bunch of lights around the whole area. Something else we did is with our path lights, because we wanted to cast some water down on that pond, we did put a couple of those in some kind of cool waterfall areas that are going to cast that light down on that pond, define the edges of the sitting area, and make this look really good too. So some path lights, some simple up lights. Again, 2-3 kinds of lights we use all the time, but you can do so many different things with them. Our last use of uplights on this house is to uplight our tall columnar aspens, which you see all the time. The one thing I see most people do though is they'll try and light every single tree, and before you know it, you've got 17 lights in your backyard, and it's just a lot of the times it's overkill and it's too much. You can always add more lights down the road, but what I recommend is starting with a few trees. So what we've done here is we've got about 8 or 9 of these tall trees in the back. We've only selected to light approximately every second one. We're going to light the 2 on the corner and then 2 of the taller ones kind of in the middle, and that's it. So instead of having 9 lights back here, which not only runs up the cost, also can just be a little bit overpowering, we're just focusing on a few of the featured trees and just space them out properly to give that effect, and not to overdo it. So we've got 4 lights where we could easily have 9 or 10, but if you're looking to keep your budget down and still make it look good, a great way to do it is just start with less. Again, you can always add more down the road. So I'll just share with you guys one little trick, something called a hex baffle. Where we use these is just to deflect the glare off the uplight. So sometimes if you have an uplight like this that's close to an area where people are going to be walking, it's not necessarily going to be pointing in their face or in their eyes or anything, but just to help keep that light a little bit more concentrated when they're looking at it from an angle, we're going to use something called a hex baffle that basically just slides underneath the cap of your light. It goes over the lens, over the light and under the lens, and snaps back on. And then all that's going to do is just deflect the light that's being maybe portrayed that way. So as somebody looking down, they're not going to see a light shining right up in your eyes. So this is a great little tip to use anytime you have a high traffic area where people might be walking by the light, so they're not shining directly into their eyes. So I just want to show you, we're going to use our accent light a whole bunch in this property, and a lot of common areas we're going to use that is on some nice trees. We got a really nice tree here that we're going to try and focus on, but one thing I see people do too often, or more times than not, is instead of trying to get that light nice and close to the tree and having it shine up, so you're taking advantage of all the barking structure and then all the branching up top, is they'll bring it far back and try and aim it at the tree, and what happens there is they tend to miss a lot of the lower portions of the trees. And then also when it's, depending on the area you live in, if you start losing a lot of foliage in the wintertime, then having that light shine at all the foliage is kind of a waste of time, and you lose a lot of the effect of that light. That's why I like having it closer to the tree. Here we're maybe 12, 14, 18 inches away from the base. We're gonna have it shooting almost straight up because I wanna highlight all this trunking and branching structure as possible, as well as now we're getting that light up into the foliage and into the canopy. So again, with our standard RS uplight from FX Luminaire, there's lots of other good ones out there. I like this guy because it's a real workhorse, and that's what we're going to use on this project. So I will give you guys one last quick tip for your landscape lighting system. If you want to make it a smart system and a Wi-Fi system and easier to operate, you can go get something like this. It's a Wion outdoor Wi-Fi outlet. There's lots of smart outlets out there. I just like this one because it's designed to go outside. It's super easy to use. It's compatible with Amazon Alexa. And basically all you need to do is take it out of the box, plug it into your GFCI receptacle, plug your transformer into this, and then put your transformer in the on position, and then just let this do all the programming for you. It's nice because you can still have it work with dawn to dusk, and as well as it's got about 7 or 8 different programming options, so it just makes your system super easy to use. Plus you can operate it from anywhere in the world because it is Wi-Fi and cloud based. So it's just a simple way to make your system a smart Wi-Fi system. This is the DBRY waterproof landscape lighting connectors. These are great for long-lasting low voltage landscape lighting connections. Each one of these tubes is gel filled to help keep the water out, as well as it's got a snapping mechanism to keep your wires from pulling apart, which ensures that you're going to have long-lasting connections for all your low voltage landscape lighting. One of the questions I get asked all the time is, how do I drill underneath the sidewalk? Go and get a simple bulb planter drill. You can get it on Amazon.com. It's about a $20 bit, but it's a simple and easy way to get wire under any sidewalk. Or go to YouTube and search Lighting Doctor, how to tunnel under a sidewalk, for more great tips. I want to show you one of the probably the most important tools that you can get for burying your landscape lighting wire is just a simple flat spaded shovel for making sure you get that wire nice and deep in the ground. So one of the things I get asked is how to bury the wire. In a mulch area like this, what I like to do is just, just with a flat shovel or a rake, is just move the mulch or whatever you have back from wherever you want to lay that wire. And then I just go around with a flat-ended spade and basically just make a cut and just loosen that dirt up. And give it a good place for the wire to sit. And then afterwards, a tool like this is going to be your best friend. You can find this in any garden section. I don't even know what it's called. A flat-ended screwdriver will work well too. The reason I like this is because it's got the 2 little prongs that you can that helps just push the wire down. And then after, I just go and I start pushing that wire down into the dirt, get it nice and deep. Because this is low voltage, you don't have to have it 18 inches or a foot down. And then the other thing I like to do just to help secure it is every once in a while, just a simple landscape stake like this, and just throw it over the wire and hammer it down, and that'll just help that as you're gardening and stuff, if you happen to dig it up or catch it with a rake, all that wire is not going to pull out. It's just going to help secure it down. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys got some great do-it-yourself landscape lighting tips. Now, please be sure to go to our website at lightingdoctor.ca and check out our how-to page. It's full of great resources, from our podcast to our video to our most frequently asked questions. And also check out our Try It Before You Buy It light, where you can actually go now and get one of our premium quality uplights and a King Innovation Instalight, which is basically a battery pack now that allows you to go and run those lights and test them out on your property. Try it for 14 days. If you don't love it, send it back to us and we'll give you a full refund. And if not, you keep the light at a discounted rate and go and buy what you need for your project. So thanks again for watching. Please be sure to leave us a comment. We'd love your feedback, and have a great day.